Guys, a couple of weeks ago, I made a video where I compared the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold to the Google Pixel Fold, and in this video, I showed you how these two devices differed in regard to handling applications on their larger tablet screen. Of course, at that point, the Pixel Fold would, by and large, treat apps that had resizability disabled in sort of a strange way for some, where they would either have letterboxing or pillarboxing black bars next to the application. And because of this, many people felt like the Z Fold devices had a pretty large advantage, and this is definitely understandable. We can get into the philosophical differences in the approach to these two devices, which I have in prior videos. But for many people, that is neither here nor there. It's about how the device handles applications right now, and I can totally appreciate that perspective. However, since that video, something quite large has happened. We have received the QPR1 beta for the Pixel Fold, and yes, this is, of course, a beta, which means the features therein will not arrive to everyone's Pixel Fold for a little bit longer, probably the first quarterly platform update after Android 14. But when that does happen, a really big feature is coming. It's the ability to stretch any application you want, just like you can on the Z Fold. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a handful of applications on both devices. We're going to see how they compare and contrast now, and then at the end of the video, kind of decide if we think there's any gap there at this point. I do also want to really quickly show you the difference in this setting. The only big difference is one is under display, the other is under apps. But once you get in there, it's really similar. Let's just scroll down. You can see what that looks like there. Let's scroll down. Let's pick Amazon and Amazon. Your options are there. Your options are here. That's really the only difference. Otherwise, they're doing almost exactly the same thing. So as I go through these, I'm going to try my best to show you different orientations of each of these devices, because I know that if I leave them like this, people will get mad. If I turn one and not the other, people will also get mad. So we're going to try to go through all of them. So let's just start off with a really simple application. First, we're going to jump over to the app formerly known as Twitter, now called X. And what you can see here is that, yes, both applications are being stretched to fill the screen, trying to get to the same spot on both of these. Now, of course, the Pixel Fold is by default a landscape tablet. So let's see what kind of differences we have here. If we rotate this device this way, you'll see they look pretty much exactly the same. I'm not really seeing any significant differences there at all. And if we then rotate the Fold 4, that is exactly what the Pixel Fold looked like when it was in its native orientation. So we're off to a good start for the Pixel Fold. Let's jump to another social media app, and I'm just gonna go to older posts so that it doesn't show anyone that might not want to be in this video, and these look absolutely identical. If we rotate the Pixel Fold and then we rotate the Z Fold, though, what you see is a little bit of a difference in the way that they're going about this. At the end of the day, the effect is pretty much the same. The images are the same size, but it does look a little bit different. I wonder if this is something that can be changed in the settings. So going into those settings, Instagram is set to full screen, but as you can see in this orientation, that's not really the case. Now you could make the argument that not a whole lot is being affected by that, right? You just have this instead of black bars and the text expanding out, but that's kind of an odd result. Here's one that absolutely drove me insane. We'll jump into the Wise application, and as you can see here, we have parity. These two look exactly the same, and if we rotate them around like this again, you should see that they still look exactly the same. Really happy about this one. This is one app that I think, even though it's not perfect, when you have it stretched out, in particular back on the main screen, if you're in landscape mode, you're actually losing options here to choose from. I do think by and large, in particular when you're doing this is working pretty well. Let's take a look at a game real quick. We'll do Pokemon Go because this is one that is kind of odd on these sorts of foldables. And I'm expecting these two to look very similar. And you'll also kind of get a bit of a speed test here. I expect that the Fold 4 will get us into the game a little bit faster than the Pixel Fold. Of Of course, I had a notification pop up there and some things going on I have to dismiss. But yes, this was slightly faster. These two look exactly the same. We will give it a rotation, and it for some reason just doesn't want to rotate on the Z Fold 4. Not sure what to make of that. Auto rotate is on, but the game does not seem like it actually wants to let you auto rotate. Just as an experiment, let's grab Twitter and throw that over there next to it. And we'll do the same over here. Will it let us rotate it now? Yes, it will. Okay, so if we do that, you can kind of get an idea of how that's going to work as well. In the interest of privacy, we won't really scroll down too far, but as you can see here, Facebook, interestingly enough, I'm getting a different layout on the Fold than I am on the Pixel Fold, the Z Fold versus the Pixel Fold. So that is actually pretty interesting. Let's rotate these things. And again, we're maintaining this different layout. That is kind of odd. So there you go, guys. You've seen it now for yourself. It appears to me, my opinion, and I don't know how you could really have any other opinion at this point, the Pixel Fold can do exactly what the Z Fold can do. Now, there will be some applications like Facebook and like Instagram for some people, where new interfaces have been hard-coded for that device. So it detects the device it's on, and it moves something over to the side. That's going to happen with some random devices. But by and large, every other application, which we're really only talking about like meta apps as far as I am aware, they're going to look pretty much identical. These devices have screens that are effectively the exact same size. The only difference is one opens to landscape, one opens to portrait. But now with this new setting, you can make these apps stretch just like you can on Samsung. So that place where Samsung had a lead for a lot of people, that's gone now as far as I'm concerned. They are now on a level playing field. Love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Does this change your perception of the Pixel Fold? Let me know in those comments. Subscribe before you go so you don't miss out on more content like this. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.